I thought on this video that I would try to bring some verses of comfort from Psalm 18. I thought I would read a few verses, not go long, do a little bit of grammar and some comments to seek to find comfort. It is a psalm in the introduction that deals with David during a time when he was being oppressed and possibly from the hand of Saul. But I'd like to read a few verses that have more of a message to the heart for us today and really any day. It reads, Vayomer Hamacha Adonai Chizki. And he said, that is David, I love you, O Lord, my strength. Notice I'm going to do a little inductive Hebrew grammar as I do this. Vayomer is from the root amar. It's the cow imperfect third masculine singular with the vav consecutive. And he said, Chamacha, I love you, O Lord, my strength. Notice the root here is racham, to love. It is the cow imperfect, first common singular from racham. I love you, and cha is your pronominal suffix, second masculine singular. So I love you, O Lord. His key is from the noun strength with the pronominal suffix, first person singular. Then David goes on. And notice in the next verse, Adonai sal'i metsudati mefalati eli suri echaseh bo. That is, as we read it, let me just finish the verse though. Magini v'keren yish'i misgabi. Notice as we look at this, the Lord is my rock. What a beautiful thought. Adonai sal'i. Metsudati, and my fortress. Mefalati, and my deliverer. Those three nouns are the one who delivers me, my deliverer, who rescues me. What a beautiful thought here that the Lord is our rock. He is our fortress, and he is our deliverer. And one of the most important things that we can feel today is if we know the Lord, that he promises to be our rock, our fortress, and our deliverer. And then he continues, my God, my rock, I will take refuge in you. Eli tsuri echaseh bo. Again, repeating about the Lord as a rock behind whom the psalmist can go. And that would be true of us today. My God is my rock. I, notice the next phrase in Hebrew, echaseh bo. I will take refuge in him. Here we have echaseh from chasa, to take refuge, the cow imperfect first person singular. So I will take refuge in him. Magini v'kerem yish'i misgabi. That is the my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower. again, what a beautiful feeling here. The horn is a symbol of strength, sort of like a wild animal with a horn, but it looks at strength. And so, what the psalmist is saying is, my God is my rock and my refuge. He is my shield, and he is the strength of my salvation, the horn of my salvation, of the one who delivers me. He is my high tower where I can feel protected. And then notice he continues, Me'ulal ekra Adonai umin oyevai iva sheya. That is, praised. I cry to the Lord, and from my enemies I will be saved. And I think here, while David was looking at Saul and what was happening, we are facing an unseen enemy in the coronavirus and all that's happening and the pain and everything. And I think our only refuge is to cry unto the Lord. Ekra Adonai. In other words, I will cry unto the Lord. Ekra is from the root kara, to cry. It's a cow imperfect, first person singular. And from my enemies, ivashea, I will be delivered. And here we have a nifal imperfect, first common singular, from yasha, to say. By the way, that nifal is seen by the IA vowel pattern and the doubling of the vav, because historically the noon of the stem of the nifal would have assimilated into the vav. So invashea becomes ivashea with the doubling of the vav. And I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go to one other verse and then stop. Try to make these videos short. Notice in verse 7, in my distress, I called to the Lord. But Sari Ekra Adonai. In my distress, I called out to the Lord. Ekra is from Kara, the cow imperfect, first common singular. The Elohai Ashaveya. That is, I notice, unto my God I cried, or I cried unto my God. Shava means to cry, and here we have a PL imperfect, first common singular, from Shava with the doubling of the Vav. So I cried unto my God, Yishma me'echalo koli, and he heard me from his holy, uh, actually from his holy temple, we could say, or from his temple palace. Well, holy temple is probably a good way to translate it. He heard me from his temple. He heard my voice. Veshavati lifanav tavo ve'oznav. And my cry before him, in other words, my cry before him came into his ears. What a beautiful thought here. I cried out, and my cry before him came, tavo, from bo, cow imperfect, third feminine singular, into his ears. What a beautiful thought that the Lord does hear. And as we cry to him, it comes into his ears. As a Christian minister, I've often said that we need to cry unto the Lord, and he will hear, because his ear is not deaf as we cry to him. What a beautiful psalm. And I'm going to stop here I hope that it can encourage somebody like it does encourage me.